Okay, longest books I've read. Let's go through the Goodreads read list. I'm going to do a book tag because I never do those. I'm going to be doing the big books tag. And One Book, One Reviews started this book tag. And it is pick 5 books that are the longest ones that you've ever read. And then pick 2 that are on your shelf that you would like to read. So without further ado, here are my choices. I'm gonna kind of chunk some of these together because a lot of them are series books. And not that I read series very often, but they just happen to be the longest ones I've read. So I would say the last few Harry Potter books, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows, they were all quite long, but the longest one was Order of the Phoenix, and with my copy it was 870 pages. It's probably the longest book that I've read, ever. And it was probably my least favorite of the Harry Potter books, so I probably, if I would ever reread the series, I would probably skip that one. I read all the Twilight books by Stephanie Meyer, and I would have to say the last one was the longest, and it was at 750 pages, so that was quite an effort to get through. I did not like that series. I read the first 2 of the 50 Shades of Grey series by E.L. James. And as much as I liked the first one, and I read the second one, and I'm like, ugh, it was torture to get through. But they were both in the 500-page range, so quite extensive, but it's like you can breeze through those books. It's not like they're difficult literature to read. And I also read The Shining by Stephen King, and my copy came to 464 pages, and that was a great book. And I'm also going to include the one that I'm reading right now, which comes to about a little over 600 pages, is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. This cover. It's just so pretty. But this is one of the longer books that I've read that it's not part of a series. I'm about halfway through, a little over halfway, and it's helping me a lot because I'm reading this along with a friend of mine on Instagram, Books Like Coffee. Follow her. It's a really, really great book. I have not been bored at all with being one of the longer books. I get nervous that I'm going to get bored or I'm not going to enjoy them. Or, yeah, I'm afraid to pick up very large books. Plus, it takes a very long time for me to actually finish those. And so, but this one has been a breeze to go through. It's been so much fun to read this, maybe 100 pages, take a break, and in between reading something else and coming back to it, this has been such an enjoyable piece. I'm so excited to finish this, and I will do a full review once I'm done with this book. So now the 2 longest books on my shelf that I have right now, I really want to read these this year. So the first one is Of Human Bondage by W. Somerset Maugham, and you can see it is quite dense. Probably, I'm so nervous, but this tacks out at about just 700 pages. And I've read The Painted Veil and The Razor's Edge by Maugham, and his writing is just absolutely phenomenal. And I know this is his masterpiece, and I really, really want to read this book, and so I finally picked it up, and I just love the painting on the cover, isn't it? I love that. I love that. So definitely want to read this year. And then my other book that I have that is taxed out at how many pages? 771 pages is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And I really want to get into Donna Tartt so much. I really want to read The Secret History first. And then I really want to read The Goldfinch. And this also won the Pulitzer Prize in 2014, which is like, it's good lit if it gets to that, if it wins that honor. So that is my little big books tag, and happy reading.